Chapter 117. The Unwilling to Surrender Mr. Mo. Ha ha ha, Mergu. Mr. Sima, you guys are so bold, daring to trespass my residence. Mr. Mo laughed as he crossed into the hall. Gu Hai and Sima Changkong twisted their heads to look, but slowly laughed. There was no worry about Mo Yika going to report. All wise men had pride, and it was impossible to commit such a villainous act unless it was a great evil in life and death. Besides, Liu Yong was suspicious of Mr. Mo nowadays. It doesn't matter if you are bold or not. Mr. Mo, long time no see. Sima Changkong laughed. Good Mr. Sima, in the past Silver Moon City, you still owe me an explanation, yet you keep pouring dirty water on me. You still dare to come. Mo Yika laughed. Don't. It's not me who throws dirty water. It's this Mergu. If you want to find it, find him. Sima Changkong laughed. Mr. Gu, I've been waiting for you. Not bad. About the same time as I calculated. You're still here, Mo Yike said with a smile. Oh, Gu Hai was slightly stunned. Sima Changkong on the side also revealed a trace of doubt. Both of you, please have a seat. By the way, Lord Chen, since you're here to attend the banquet, you'd better head to the banquet parlor. Mo Yika laughed. Lord Chen looked at Sima Changkong. Sima Changkong nodded. Lord Chen bowed respectfully and retreated. They've gone to the banquet. What about you? What about you, the protagonist? Sima Changkong was curious. No problem. I won't go. There will be my understudy traveling. You two have traveled a long way to be here. How could I be rude to you two? You two please sit down. Mo Yika laughed. A double. Sima Changkong's complexion moved, so he didn't care, since Mo Yike had thought of everything. What else was there to worry about? The three of them took their seats, and Mo Yike poured a cup of tea for each of the two and himself. Both of you, taste it. How is my tea? Mo Yike laughed. Sima Changkong and Gu Hai both served it up and took a sip. Good tea. It's refreshing in the mouth and refreshes the lungs. Gu Hai laughed. Good tea. Sima Changkong also nodded. Mo Yike, however, looked at Sima Changkong and laughed. Masima, you are not as open-minded as Mr. Gu. Do you think that there is poison in this tea of mine? Saying this, Mo Yike took a sip himself. Sima Changkong said, with a slight burst of bitter laughter, sorry, got used to it, failed to restrain, deserve to be punished. Sima Changkong drank the tea in a single gulp. Obviously, just now, although Sima Changkong took a sip, but it didn't really go into his stomach. Mr. Mo, this dinner guest, but it is a good tactic. Liu Yong restricts your freedom, but you used a dinner to reach the world. Gu Hai laughed. For example, right now, Gu Hai and Sima Changkong came, but no one knew, no one blocked. A dinner guest, but how many people were blinded? Mr. Gu is joking. Isn't this all thanks to you? Mo Yika laughed. Mr. Mo, don't need to say that to me. I also have no choice. Who made Mr. T capable? Gu Hai laughed bitterly. Mo Yike's expression was solemn as he sighed slightly and said, Alas, I also advised the Emperor at first, but unfortunately, my words were not enough in the end, which led to Long watching her. Oh, Mr. Mo knows about it. So, the spies in our camp have not been cleaned up. Sima Changkong frowned slightly. Mr. Sima needn't worry. That spy only serves me, doesn't interfere with any of your side's military affairs, nor does he have the ability to do so. Mr. Mo shook his head and said, Mr. Mo is so tactful, Sima Changkong exclaimed. Mr. Mo, you are in a situation today. Gu Hai can only say sorry, but losing the East and gaining the West may not be a bad thing. Mr. Great Talent. Staying in the Great Ying Dynasty is a condescension. Gu Hai sighed slightly. Mo Yika picked up his teacup, looked at the two of them, took a sip of tea and revealed a light smile. Oh, staying in the Great Ying Dynasty is not a talent. Then where to stay is not considered a talent. My King Dragon divine martial arts, with the Genin army, the world's thousands of soldiers, Sir, if you can enter my king's house, will be my king's first strategist in the body of the position. Can be surrendered to Sir. How? Sima Changkong immediately advised. Oh, I'll be Long Shengwu's #1 strategist. Mo Yika revealed a light smile. Instead, he looked towards Gu Hai. Gu Hai smiled slightly and said, maybe Mo doesn't see it as such, but Gumu still has to shamelessly recommend himself. My great Han dynasty, however, is in dire need of a wise man like Mr. Mo to guide the light. Mo Yika looked at Gu Hai. Ha ha ha, Mo Gu, your great Han dynasty. I didn't say I can't look up to it. With Mr. Gu sitting in the town. The great Han dynasty, even if it's just a puddle of mud, it's still as solid as a gold diamond. Oh, Mr. is willing to enter my great Han, Gu Hai probed. Mo Yike sipped his tea and looked at the expectant duo, revealing a light smile. Both of you, are you so sure that Mo, I am so down and out that I'm at the mercy of others? Mr. Mo has misunderstood. You are a piece of treasure. No matter who it is, they will all scramble for it. How could I be picking? Sima Changkong shook his head and said. Mo Yika, but laughed. Masima, Mergu, you don't need to persuade. Mo is only in a momentary low tide. There will always be a time when I gain power again. My future. Don't need the two of you to worry about it. Still come to talk about the purpose of your trip. Sima Changkong looked at Gu Hai, revealing a bitter smile. Obviously the same as what he said before. Mo Yike is indeed stubborn. It is impossible to persuade him to surrender. All right, I won't beat around the bush. I came here, but I have something important to ask for advice from Sir. And as Sir said earlier that he guessed me to come, I think he must have guessed it roughly, right? Gu Hai said with a solemn look. Oh, Mr. Gu, you say. I'll listen. Mo Yika also looked serious. Liu Yong controlled Li Haoran to kill Long Xiaoyu back then, but obtained Long Xiaoyu's 3 souls, and used Long Xiaoyu's 3 souls to threaten the unseen people, so that the unseen people would come and assassinate me. I think Mr. Mo understands that, right? Gu Hai solemnly said. I learnt about it later. Mo Yika nodded. The human soul was given to the unliving man. I want to know the whereabouts of Long Xiaoyu's heavenly soul and earthly soul, Gu Hai solemnly said. On the side, Sima Changkong also looked at Mo Yike with a grave expression. Mo Yike was silent for a while, took a sip of tea and said with a slight smile, I have inquired about Mr. Gu. In the past, you used to play against the 9th Duke of the Yishin Pavilion on the 9th Island. Mo Yike digressed, but Gu Hai's eyes lit up. Mo Yike digressed, indicating that he had certain information and wanted to talk to himself. Not bad. In Ding Long sect. I played against him. Gu Hai nodded. I also played against the 9th Prince, Mo Yike recalled. Oh. Gu Hai looked at Mo Yike. After that time, the 9th Prince wanted me to be his double, but unfortunately, I didn't agree. Mo Yike laughed. Gu Hai, however, raised his eyebrows. The 9th Prince's double. The 9th Duke was extremely picky in finding a double, and he only looked for strong people in the chess Dao. He had looked for himself in the beginning, and was rejected by himself. At that time, the 9th Prince and I played a game of chess called 29 Heaven and Earth Vertical and Horizontal Chess Game. But unfortunately, it wasn't finished. That game of chess, it's really wonderful. 29 Heaven and Earth Vertical and Horizontal Chess Game are. Mogu, you know it too, right? Mo Yika looked towards Gu Hai. Not bad, Gu Hai nodded. Back then, the chess was not finished, but that game has been lingering in my mind. Mogu, I'm not talented. I'm also a small researcher in chess. I've read countless chess games in my life, but just that game most moved me. If Mr. Gu doesn't give it up, I'd like Mogu to lay out the original game of that game. I'd like to decipher it again, Mo Yika solemnly said. 29 Heaven and Earth Vertical and Horizontal Chess Games. Of course, for Long Xiaoyu's heavenly soul and earthly soul, I don't know much. which is honest with you, but I know a clue. If you don't mind the hassle, you can check it out. In this way, is it possible? Mo Yaika smiled at Gu Hai. Mr. Mo likes chess. Gumu is naturally willing to inform, to get a chess opponent in life. But Gumu can only dream of it. Either a friend or an enemy. Gu Hai laughed. Mr. Gu, please. Mo Yaika immediately took out a disc of chess and came over. There were 29 vertical and horizontal lines each, with white and black pieces laid out next to each other. With a wave of Gu Hai's probing hand, the black pieces and white pieces were instantly lined up on the board, which looked incredibly complicated. Mr. Mo, look, this is the perfect mindset of the 29 heaven and earth vertical and horizontal chess game. The life chess of the original life and death chess. Gu Hai laughed. Mo Yaika immediately sank his mind into it. On the side, Sima Changkong watched intently. Zither, chess, calligraphy and painting. Sima Changkong would know a little bit. But the main focus was still the book for the chess path. It was not as obsessive as Gu Hai and Mo Yaika. But, after all, he knew some. Looking at the chessboard, Sima Changkong's brows were locked into a Sichuan character. Gu Hai sat aside and drank tea, while Mo Yaika carefully stared at the board, his mind sinking into it. This sitting was an hour. Only after an hour did Mo Yaika slowly take out a white disc and land it on top of the board. Snap! The white disc fell, different from when Gu Hai had played Sheng chess. When Gu Hai had already cracked the chess before it fell, Mo Yaika did not have a single piece to crack. Gu Hai penetrated this game, and naturally cooperated by dropping a black disc, allowing the game to change its pattern. Mo Yaika raised his eyebrows slightly. This sitting was another hour. Snap! Another disc fell. Gu Hai was slightly stunned. This Mo Yaika was really not immortal. This game of chess actually gave him a rough idea. Pa! Gu Hai landed a white disc. Mo Yaika continued to look at the chessboard. After sitting for another hour, a trace of cold sweat appeared on Mo Yaika's forehead. Can't break it. Right at this moment, Mo Yaika suddenly closed his eyes, the whole person relaxing and not thinking about the chessboard. After an incensed stick of time, Mo Yaika took a deep breath. His eyes suddenly opened, and once again, a sun fell. Snap! Wow! The entire board of chess suddenly shuddered. Ha! Ha 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 ha. So that's how it is. So that's how it is. Mo Yaika shouted in excitement, as if he had got a spell. Gu Hai, however, looked at Mo Yaika, although it was not like his own original situation, where he had decided everything with a single move, but Mo Yaika was able to solve the 29 heaven and earth vertical and horizontal chess game with 3 moves. It was already an extremely horrifying chess power. Congratulations, Mr. Mo. In just 3 hours, you have cracked the 29th heaven and earth vertical chess game, Gu Hai exclaimed. Mergu is polite. Where 3 hours are, it has been almost a year. Last time I saw the 9th prince had set up a chess game. I've been spinning in my mind all the time, and just now, Mergu's to pieces, even more tugging me. I was able to unravel it. 29 heaven and earth vertical and horizontal chess game. When floats a big white R, Mo Yaika said excitedly. Gu Hai smiled faintly. He was not uncomfortable because Mo Yaika had solved the 29 heaven and earth vertical and horizontal chess game. Instead, he was somewhat happy in general. Mo Yaika had just solved it, but it would still take some time to get into it. However, it was just a matter of time behind. Instead, Mo Yaika got up and gave a respectful salute to Gu Hai. Many thanks, Mergu. Don't. There's no need for Mr. Mo to be like that. I also have something else I want to ask for Mr. Mo's help, Gu Hai said with a smile. Mo Yaika nodded and said, about Long Xiao Yu's 3 souls, to say the least. I'm not sure. I didn't know about killing Long Xiao Yu back then. Alas, if I wanted to know, I would have definitely stopped the Emperor. Oh, under the Emperor, there is a Shushi called Madongfang. Although the Emperor has not been allowed to contact me, but I still know some news. This Ma Dongfang is now in the middle of the broken army barracks. Want to know about Long Xiaoyu's 3 souls? You have to either look for the Emperor, or go to find Mr. Dongfang, Mo Yaika solemnly said. Ma Dongfang, white-robed Shushi. Sima Changkong raised his eyebrows slightly and said, white-robed Shushi, Gu Hai said doubtfully. Yes, there are 8 life masters in the world, 4 white-robed and 4 black-robed, and one of the white-robed life masters is called Mr. Dongfang, and no matter how many generations he has passed on, his surname is compounded as Dongfang. I don't know what this generation is called, Sima Changkong frowned. White robe, black robe, what's the difference? White robe master of life, black robe master of death, white robed Shushi mostly child form. They cultivate life, mainly rely on dependence, depend on a certain powerful. Compel the powerful to kill. As if following Lu Yong kills. Ghosts are all collected by Mr. Dongfang. But the big head of the sin is to let Lu Yong shoulder. If there is a heavenly condemnation, surely the first to look for Lu Yong. So this kind of Shushi is the most insidious and devious. Sima Changkong frowned. There's not much I can do to help you. Here are 2 of Mr. Dongfang's soul seeds. Take it with you. You can avoid the interference of Mr. Dongfang's longevity formation. Otherwise, once you get close, you will surely fall into his longevity formation. Mr. Mo handed out 2 black seeds. Oh, Gu Hai took them, revealing a hint of doubt. Whether you find him or not, it all depends on you. This is what the Emperor gave me in the past, just in case I accidentally broke into the range of the longevity formation and got hurt. Keep it, at least it will keep you awake in the longevity formation, Mo Yaika solemnly said. No wonder the assassins we sent all inexplicably lost their news. They really did enter the longevity formation. Here, Mr. Dongfang. Sima Changkong revealed a bitter smile. Gu Hai carefully put away the 2 soul seeds and said, with an extremely solemn salute, many thanks, Mr. Mo. Mergu is polite. You and I are mutually beneficial. No need to thank you. I hope you are not all right. In the coming days, you and I will spar in chess again. Mo Yaika laughed. Definitely, Gu Hai laughed. After some more conversations, the banquet hosted by Mo Yaika's understudy ended. Gu Hai and Sima Changkong followed Lord Chen and once again left the Mo mansion. At the same time, in order to prevent a long night, the 3 of them left Baiwang City overnight.